Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this ESR Shift Series keyboard case for the iPad Pro with M4 or M5 processor. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So this is for the 11-inch iPad Pro with M4 M5 processor. They also make a 13-inch model. So let's get this open. Here we have a customer contact card. This is the manual. Let's take a quick look at it. Now I'm not going to cover everything in here. You want to read through it on your own. This has a power Bluetooth indicator, caps lock indicator, charging indicator, and a power switch. You turn this on with the power switch, you pair it with function and then B for 3 seconds. Once you have it paired, it will automatically connect. This has backlight settings, so you press the function and then the command key. So it has off, low, medium, and high. Medium is the default. It also has trackpad control. So you press function and command, and this would be the left and right. I'm not sure which ones they are, but they have icons on them. And you can press function command to turn the trackpad on or off. It has factory reset, and then it has media shortcut keys and such for like brightness, multitask, search, etc. So that looks pretty straightforward, and that's all the instructions. So let's get this out. So here we have the case, and we have the charge cable. It's USB-C to USB-C. So this keyboard is going to connect to your iPad using Bluetooth. And it does have the battery to charge that up. So it says lift here. So this would be the kickstand. So I'll put that down for now. We'll open this up. This talks about identifying your iPad model. And here we have the keyboard. So we have a little pouch here for the pencil. We have the kickstand, keyboard. See the charge port, the on-off switch. Now this is detachable, so this will peel off with a magnet. Let me put that back on. There we go. So I have my iPad with M4 processor here. Pull this out. So I have this bare now, and I can place this in here. Pull the keyboard off. So the easy way to know how to line it up is make sure the camera is going to be in the right spot. I'm going to actually put the switches in first. And it looks like I have everything in there now. So I'll connect this back up. And here we have the whole case. So this is actually an ESR case I had on here. This is a regular case, and this is the keyboard case. And you can see they're about the same size. The keyboard adds a little bit more thickness to it, but not a lot. So it's very thin. And it looks very nice too. So let's open this up. So I'll put the kickstand out, lift it, and now we have it propped up. So I do want to pair this now. So I'll log into my iPad, and I'm going to go to my Bluetooth settings, and I'll turn this on. So the power light is on, and it's flashing blue. So to pair this, I'll hold down function B for 3 seconds. Now the power light is flashing at a higher rate. It probably is not easy to see on camera, but it says ESR Shift Keyboard here. I'll tap on that. It's asking to pair. I'll hit pair. And it looks like we're connected. So an easy way to tell is to hit Command and Tab. And if you have your little app selector come up, you know you're in the right spot. So if you've ever used a Mac, a lot of the same commands will work. So if you want to do the search, we can do Command space, search comes up. I'll type in, say, pages. Pages will come up. Now I have a touchpad here, so I can use this just like a mouse. So I'll hit start writing. So now I can type on this. So this is a narrower keyboard. This is a traditional keyboard held up to it. So maybe about 1.5 inches narrower. Now this is going to be personal preference, but I tend to be able to adapt to different size keyboards after a while. Some people might not be able to, but it might feel a little awkward to type on it first. But if you keep with it, you can adjust pretty quickly usually. Now it has the backlight on here. I'm going to turn the lights out so we can see that. So I hit the function key and it lit up. So the backlight was sleeping, but I'll hold down function and then hit the right command, and we can adjust the brightness of that. So we have low, medium, high, and off. So that's very nice. So as you're using this, this will go to sleep and turn the backlight off. And you can, I usually just hit something like the shift button because you can feel where that's at and it will turn the backlight back on. So that backlight's very handy. So if you're using this on an airplane or in a bedroom somewhere where it's very dark, you can turn that backlight on. So I'm going to turn that off right now. Let's try some of the media keys. So I'll do function and then 1 and 2. And that is changing the brightness of the screen. We do 3, it's going to show us our little app chooser. 4 will show us search. 5 will do dictation. 6 is cut. This will do track back, play, pause, track forward, mute, and then we have volume also. We can also hit this to lock the screen. Now this has the latest macOS system on it as of when I recorded this. I currently have it in single app mode, but I can go to my settings. So I'll type command space and then settings, and I'll go to multitasking and gestures on the left side, and I'll say use windowed apps. Then I'll hit command tab, and I'll go back to pages, and if I move my mouse to the top, we'll see the red, yellow, and green here. I'll hit the green, and that will move this into a window. And let me open up another app. Let's hit command space, and I'll type in numbers. I'll go to the top of it, hit the green button again. I can drag this to the right side, and I can have both apps open at the same time. I can also go up here to the little green icon, and if I hover over it, I can say have this be on the left side, and this, oops, let's try that again, on the right side. You can click with 2 fingers. Oops, I hit that wrong. There we go. And then from here you can drag in the middle to change which app you want to have more of the screen. Now you can have more than 2 apps open too, but on an iPad screen I don't like to have too many apps open. Now that's an optional thing, you don't have to do that. You can always go back to the settings and just say full screen apps. But since you have a keyboard and a touchpad, if you want to do multiple windows, that's easy to do. So that's the ESR Shift keyboard case for iPad Pro with M4 or M5 processor. I really like the sleek form factor of this keyboard. When it's closed, it doesn't take up much room. You can fold the kickstand down. Looks very nice. It's easy to pull this kickstand open when you want to use it. You can open this up, and this will go down quite a ways too, so you can have a pretty shallow angle, or you can tilt it up higher. This keyboard feels nice to type on for its size. I mostly use my iPad for consuming content and then responding to emails and social media and things. So when I'm typing things out, it's not always easy to type on the touchscreen. Having a keyboard like this will make it more proficient for typing. Now to charge this, you can just plug into the USB here and plug into the USB iPad charger or other USB charger, so you don't have to carry around a separate charging system. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.